Y'all know that we've been following this Porsche Williams and Simon story closely, and I personally thought that the situation would be done and dusted by now, but these two people really love the attention, don't they? What do you mean Porsha has moved on with a married African man, and what's with Simon posting and flexing every hour on social media like he's trying to prove a point to Porsha honey at this point? I'm one of the people who is convinced that this entire marriage was a sham because of how both Portia and Simon are behaving. Word on the street is that Portia is already dating a rich African man who is married, and the man's name begins with the letter C. There are apparently no pictures of the man or more info about him because the man doesn't have social media. But one thing people have figured out is this man is married. Child Simon introduced Portia to rich Africans while traveling to Nigeria and Dubai, and she was out here taking notes for her rainy day. When I tell you that Portia never learned. I mean, why does she always go for the very problematic ones? Girl, you are making it look like that's how all African brothers roll anyway. For those who are diehards of bra, you should remember a time when it was speculated that Portia was dating Theodore Obiang, the son of one of Africa's most brutal and corrupt rulers, who not only had his predecessor executed and political opponents tortured, but pillaged his own country's oil wealth while the people lived in poverty. The show alluded to Theodoro buying Porsche of Rolls-Royce on the show. And then there was a discovery that the guy had also purchased a house in Malibu with misappropriated funds, and the house was seized by the government and then sold in the transaction, where the agents were some guys called mafios. The two mafios allegedly cahoot with some people to sell the house to them at a discount, and a giant lawsuit ensued. Yeah, Porsche definitely has a type, and I have a feeling that this new fling will not end well for her. When it comes to Simon, his Zeeps are out here insisting that he is not broke and he is not a scammer. They are saying that Simon legitimately owns real estate in Atlanta and Costa Rica, and he also runs a successful oil company which helps link Nigerian oil companies with oil companies in the U.S. Wait, are they talking about the same company that was also being sued for 800K? All in case you missed that tea, in yet another incident, NetJets Aviation sued Simon's business Sim Petroleum Limited Company. NetJets operates a fractional aircraft program, and the company engages in the business of selling and leasing fractional interests in private jets in the NetJets fractional program, which allows for multiple owners to share the use and cost of the aircraft. So the company said Simon Petroleum Limited Company entered into a deal in August 2020, and the suit said Simol agreed to lease a 12.5% interest in Senna Citation Aircraft. NetJets then said that Simcol agreed to increase its lease to a 15.62% interest in July 2021. That's the private jet which Simon used to fly Portia and her daughter all around the world, with Porsche posting multiple videos on social media inside the private jet, not knowing that Simon was not paying what need to be paid. NetJets said in the lawsuit defendants breached the terms of the program agreement by failing to timely pay to plaintiffs all amounts due under the program agreement, and plaintiffs terminated the program agreement under its terms on or about February 28, 2023. At the time of the termination of the program agreement, defendant owed to plaintiffs the amount of $974,900 in monthly installments, with interest. NetJets said Simco made the first installment payment of $25K, but then failed to pay the second installment payment due on October 2 in 2023. The suit said Simcall has failed to make any additional payments since the first installment payment, and they demanded Simcall be ordered to pay the remaining $814K owed on the deal plus interest. In addition, NetJets asked that Simon's company be ordered to pay its legal bills associated with the case. Anyway, you know what else the reps are saying other than insisting that Simon is not a broke man, that Simon is Mamas loves Porsche, and that he was completely blindsided by the divorce filing and he doesn't know what happened. According to them, Simon was traveling out of the United States on business to sell a property that he owns in Costa Rica. He left Porsche and everything was fine, kissed her goodbye and everything, but when he landed in Costa Rica, he read on social media, like the rest of us, that Porsche was divorcing him. It's also been reported that Porsche knew about Simon's immigration issues all along and was actually the one that pushed him to try and get everything resolved, which means the theory that she divorced him just because she miraculously found out about his legal issues doesn't add up. Apparently, Porsha is also the one who leaked the divorce papers because currently the phone code anti-court document system is down due to a hacking incident, so whoever got the documents would have had to go in person. And I don't think any blogger would go through the trouble of going in person to get the divorce papers. It just makes more sense that someone leaked the papers, and it's likely from Portia's camp, so it's possible that Simon may have been blindsided. But have y'all been seeing what Simon has been posting on IG, baby? He needs to stop first. It was Simon playing in the migration ISIS face with posts like in the last 17 years grateful for the opportunity to be able to grow our businesses, which in turn keep employing and feeding more American families and fueling the American economy. That's the real American dream when you bless others with opportunities in another. One, he was also like, Happy Tuesday to all who ever overcame and persevered in life. You are winning 42 years living in America. Well, now he's just flexing, and in one of his recent posts, he was like thinking of getting my first electric automobile, the Rolls-Royce Spectra 2024. The first of its kind. What do you think? Should I purchase one? And in another one where he posted his fleet of cars, he was like, something is missing in this garage. Yi Simon actually bought another car, but people are saying he probably paid someone to deliver it, like he paid that Indian company to fake his net worth. Regardless, I'm not sure why anyone needs that many cars, and it's like the model of each car is so similar, especially he front end of the cars. I mean, maybe he's a collector, but even if Simon is a collector, shouldn't he be spicing it up a little anyway? Those are not my cars. It's not my business. But how is he being sued by jet companies for no payments? Did he was able to get another $400,000? Rolls-Royce? I really don't know, y'all, but from Simon's more recent posts, he appears to have ditched his wedding ring, and the way he's been posting like every 8 hours, folks are saying that this is an insult to Porsha. Is he trying to make Porsha jealous or get her attention with all that posting? Child, somebody needs to snatch that phone from that man also. While his reps have been claiming that Simon is heartbroken, homeboy is out here living it up with another woman. I told you, these two are just both a hot mess apparently. Simon was spotted in a strip club throwing dollar bills all over, dressed like he was in some sort of midlife crisis. And there was one particular girl that he reportedly was very close to throughout the night. Well, there are also people saying they wouldn't be surprised he paid this person he was seen with because he now knows how to manipulate the messy social media game. Thanks to Porsche, other sources are also reporting that this woman could actually be a side piece that Simon always had. Shuck again. Simon having a side piece is not anything surprising, considering he also had one while he was literally in the middle of breaking up with Phelan and officially getting with Porsche, and I'm saying off it. Surely cause these two were definitely together secretly when Simon was with Phelan anyway. There's this girl, Jessica Harris, who spilled to the Jasmine brand that she had also allegedly been dating Simon since she met him in March 2021. Jessica said that through multiple text messages, Simon told her that he wanted to get to know her more, and apparently left her under the impression that it would become something between the two, and that, once his divorce was finalized, they could pursue an open relationship on ship, only for her to learn about the engagement to Porsche. Jessica also said back then that, like many people have been saying, Simon has always been a fraud. How'd you find love while you're over here whipping me around in that Ferrari going 100 miles an hour and hair all over the place? Got me looking crazy. These pictures, how you do that, child, between Porsha allegedly dating another African man and Simon already flaunting his fleet of cars and dollar bills for his next American wife. Both Porsha and Simon are giving scammers if you ask me. But what do you think was this marriage one big scam? Do you think Simon was blindsided by the divorce? And what are your thoughts on Simon and Porsha allegedly seeing other people? Already drop those thoughts in the comment section below.